Well, one of my viewers asked me to give them some great neighborhoods in the Lee Summit area with walking trails. So I'm going to give you 5 neighborhoods that I think you will absolutely love in the Lee Summit area with walking trails. And I'm inviting you to do exactly what this viewer did. He went into my comments and asked me for this specific videos. And so I'm inviting you to do the same. So if there's an area in Kansas City that you would like me to do a video on, be sure and just comment on it. I read them and I will take those requests and make videos for you as well. And if we've never met before, my name is Anita Cordell and I make videos about all things Kansas City, and I'm also a licensed real estate agent, and I help people just like you buy, sell, relocate, and invest right here in our amazing city. My contact information is in the description below, and if you are ready to have a consultation with me about your real estate goals, there is a link that makes it super easy for you. It links right to my calendar, and all you have to do is pick a time that is great for you, and we will have a video consultation to meet your needs. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That way you can get notified when I post new videos every single week. All right, let's get into Lee Summit and those neighborhoods. I first want to talk to you a little bit about Lee Summit as a whole, which is on the Missouri side. From downtown sculptures to award-winning parks and trails, Lee Summit attractions deliver very unique and unforgettable experiences that you will want to be a part of. This city sits on the southern part of Jackson County, and the population is about 105,000. There is something for everyone here in this amazing city. I'm talking about things that you can do inside all year long. It covers all 4 seasons, and it really just expands no matter what the weather is like. You have something to do here in this city, including the exit room, the Sky Zone trampoline park, the AMP golf simulator, and then you can play some skee ball at the arcade alley. There's also K1 Speed, which is so fun in and of itself, and then there's Frontier Justice. Now for the fitness buffs, there's a ton of fitness studios here in the Lee Summit area, between community centers to CrossFit facilities to even a Ninja Warrior facility. So you can find your fun, whether it's fitness or not. And then if you want to go to some outdoor activities, the downtown of Lee Summit is absolutely worth the trip. And in fact, they are working on expanding that. And then there's Summit Waves. If you've not been to that water park, you've got to take a look at that too. For more outside fun, you've got to check out Longview Lake as well. I will tell you, Lee Summit is a lifestyle in and of itself, and it's so quaint and small and community driven. All the things that I see online make this place absolutely one of the funnest places, as well as family friendly. So you won't want to miss checking out Lee Summit. Now, let's get into those 5 neighborhoods that I talked about. This is why you came, right? All right, the first one I'm going to cover is not a brand new subdivision, but I wanted to throw it in there anyway because even though it's very well established, it's really something that you'll want to take a look at. And the reason why is because I have clients who have purchased in Raintree, which is what I'm going to talk about, and they stay there forever. I mean, it's such a great community, and in fact, covering Raintree and the whole entire community is something that I'm going to be doing in a separate video, but I just wanted to spotlight it without going into a deep dive with Raintree. So you'll have to subscribe to my channel in order to see that. It's truly an example of resort style living on a lake right here in Kansas City. The lake in and of itself is 240 acres, and there's all walks of life here at Raintree, including villa living. So you could literally purchase a property, raise your family in Raintree, and then later on in life, when it's ready, you can downsize to one of the villas and live in a maintenance provided property and stay within the Raintree community. Now, as far as the amenities are concerned, there's an Olympic-sized zero-entry swimming pool. There's snow sledding, a ski course, and of course, walking trails, and scores of organized activities within Raintree. There's also boat docks, swimming docks, and then a boat ramp. The prices in Raintree range anywhere between $350,000 all the way up to $800,000, and the average is about $521,036. The HOA in Raintree is $165 per quarter. Now, Raintree feeds into Trail Ridge Elementary, Summit Lakes Middle School, and Lee Summit West High School. Now let's move to the new construction communities. A few of them, you might even be surprised that I'm spotlighting them. So neighborhood number 2 is called Napa Valley. Napa Valley is actually closely located to the Raintree location, and yet it's a smaller community and really worth looking into, and you get Raintree Lake access. For the most part, Napa Valley features mostly 2-story and story-and-a-half properties. They do have some ranch-style properties and some reverse story-and-a-half. Those are the type of floor plans that Napa Valley features. There's a variety of floor plans, anywhere between 3 to 4 to 5 bedrooms, so you want to take a look at those. Now, this is obviously a smaller community, but there are some unique things about Napa Valley. There's of course a clubhouse, and then there's an infinity edge waterfall pool, and it falls right into a 0 entry walk-in pool. And really there's quite a number of properties that back up to the woods. That alone makes this neighborhood very unique. And of course, walking trails. This subdivision was carefully planned out, and the trails lace all through the neighborhood, and it gives Napa Valley this close-knit, kind of comfortable feel when it comes to this neighborhood. You're also really close to Longview Lake. You will have a lot of options for outdoor entertainment. Now, Napa Valley subdivision feeds into the Summit Point Elementary, Summit Lakes Middle School, and Lee Summit West High School. The price ranges anywhere between $450,000 to $850,000, with the average being about $529,217, and the HOA is about $680 annually. Number 3 is the Hook Farms community. There's over 65 acres of green space within Hook Farms. This whole area is nestled into this serene backdrop with all kinds of lush trees. There's even a community garden right within the subdivision where you can harvest your fresh veggies. You can also splash around in their swimming pool. Then there's also this very scenic walking trail, and they connect to the Eagle Creek Park. This subdivision feeds into Hawthorne Hill Elementary School, Summit Lakes Middle School, and Lee Summit West High School. The price ranges from $475,000 to $820,000, with an average being about $645,380, and the HOA is $760 per year. Subdivision number 4 is Woodside Ridge. This is a newer community as well, with outstanding builders, and it's located on the northern part of Lee Summit on the western side of 350 Highway and just a little bit south of 470. The location of this neighborhood is so convenient because we're really about 5 minutes away from tons of shopping. It makes it convenient for both adults, teenagers, and the whole bit. It's just a fantastic area. Price range is anywhere between $550,000 all the way up to about $1.3 million, and the upper end of that price is really more about the custom build jobs. So the more customized you do and the more upgrades, that is going to cause obviously the price to go up. And this subdivision feeds into Cedar Creek Elementary, Pleasant Lee Middle School, and Lee Summit High School. As far as the amenities are concerned, there's a competition-sized swimming pool, and it has a slide. There's a pickleball court, a hammock, a lounge, and an expanded clubhouse. Also, the subdivision HOA has included an easement for Rock Island trails to connect to the neighborhood and make it even a more expanded journey of those who like walking trails. And if you don't know about Rock Island trails, this is a rails to rails trail which stretches over 200 miles across the state of Missouri, and it intersects with the Katy Trail, which is super historical. And both on the western and the eastern sides of the state, Missouri's trail system has almost 450 miles. Now, I want to pause right here and just talk to you about new construction. If you are watching this video and you are considering a new construction home and doing a build job, I love that your exploration journey is this, but I am wanting to implore you. I know that if you are looking for a build job, then I want you to please consider choosing to be represented. I know that when you are walking into the sales offices of these, subdivisions, there are fantastic agents that are sitting at that sales office. Their fiduciary responsibility is not towards you. A lot of people think that if they go in and the agent helps them write up an offer and the agent helps them to get ratified and then they walk them through the process, that they are actually being represented, but they are not. That is actually one of the biggest myths out there. That agent is representing the builder or the developer, and their fiduciary responsibility is to that side of the deal. You, on the other hand, if you do not go represented and you do not have a buyer's agent with you, you are choosing to be unrepresented. And if, God forbid, if anything were to go wrong, you don't have representation from a broker behind you. Our actual contract makes you sign a document in a certain area that says, I am choosing to not be represented. And you may think that you're saving money by not having a buyer's agent represent you. Many of the builders, believe it or not, have already put into the buyer's agent commission into their numbers. So it's already built in there anyway. Do yourself a favor. Choose to be represented because you never know what you will face. It's really just like hiring an attorney, right? If you're going through something, you hire an attorney to represent you, the other party hires an attorney to represent them. There's no difference. It's really protecting you, protecting your assets, and making sure that you have somebody there who's got your best interest at heart, because the agent there, while great, and while perfect, and they could be lovely people, their legal and fiduciary responsibility is solely to the seller, who is usually a builder or the developer. When I get hired as a buyer's agent for somebody who is doing a build job, my job is to try and make the process just as smooth as possible, shielding you from things that are going wrong on the background so that the process is completely smooth, or as smooth as possible. It is totally worth it. And if you are looking to purchase a new construction home or a resale property, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me that email, because I would love to be your real estate resource. All right, and the last subdivision that I want to talk about is Parksridge. It's more on the northern side of Lee Summit, and it borders Blue Springs, and it feeds into the Blue Springs School District, which a lot of people who live in Lee Summit actually go to Blue Springs schools. So, unlike Raintree, if you don't want to live actually in a lake community, but you want to be by a lake, you might want to consider this subdivision. It's super close to Fleming Park and the Blue Springs Lake, Lake Jacomo, and not only that, but Lake Jacomo is the largest facility in the whole entire Kansas City metropolitan area to rent pontoon boats. So if you haven't seen that video where I talk about Lake Jacomo, you'll want to take a look at that. It's such a fantastic area. If my husband is watching this, it'd be a great birthday present this coming year to rent a pontoon boat, take my family out onto Lake Jacomo. Who knows, just have a fun birthday in the sun. Now, there are several communities within the Parksridge, and they have wonderful amenities. You can actually, just like Raintree, choose to buy a single family home, or you can buy a maintenance provided property. The properties in Parksridge Summit are a little more like 20 years old, but then there's Trails of Parksridge, which is maintenance provided. And then there's also Parksridge Manor, which is the newest phase, and it's also maintenance provided. Now, for all the property owners within Parksridge, there's a community center and a clubhouse. There's a fitness center. There's 3 swimming pools. There's tennis and pickleball. There's walking trails, of course. There's a community gazebo. There's a playground, and there's acres of green space. Now, I hope you enjoyed a few of my favorite neighborhoods within the Lee Summit area, and I hope that you had some ideas that might have broadened your perspective on a few of these ideas. So watch for more details of Lee Summit in the coming months, as well as the lake communities across the Kansas City metropolitan area. And of course, don't forget to reach out to me if you want to make a consultation about your real estate goals. I would love to be the real estate resource of choice for you. And as always, go out and live your best Kansas City life.